With You. My name is Rebecca. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as EvilTwin2. You can find our group on Ravelry if you search Knit With You. You can find show notes on the blog, owlknitwithyou.blogspot.com, or you can email me at owlknitwithyou@gmail.com. Yeah, I don't know why I started looking confused. I'm not confused. Hey, how is everyone? It has been, of course, a while. This is break month for me, so I shouldn't have as much knitting as I normally do. And everything in my life has been super duper crazy. But first, I would like to tell you about a giveaway that we have. I did this test knit for Prairie Poppins on Ravelry. This is the Cobblestones Intersection Cowl. It's huge and awesome and lovely. And she offered to give one away on the podcast, a pattern. So if you would like to win this pattern, there will be a thread that says Cobblestone Intersection Cowl giveaway. And you just go to the thread and tell me what yarn you would make this out of. That's going to be your entry. So, and there'll be a link to the, to the pattern, I lost my train of thought, to the patterns page if you want to go see it and look at it and get more information about it if you'd like to enter or not. So yay! That will be open until my next podcast when I pull a winner. So probably 2 weeks or less because term is about to start and I'm going to have a million things to show you guys. So get on it. Again, that is the Cobblestone Intersection Cowl. I love mine. I need to make another one. It's amazing. So, aside from that, there is this swap that I've been talking about for a while, the Halloween swap. The form to fill out is now open. And you need to be signed up by the 15th of September. After the 15th, I'm not accepting any more people. That way I can go ahead and start matching people up. And if I see people who are in the same area, I'll try and match them up now. I'm hoping to do person to person. So like if person A and person B, they would swap, one of them would send the package and the other one would send them a package. Because that way I feel like you get to know people. Like you've got a person that you get to know and then, you know, they get to know you and you can converse and stuff like that and figure out what's up. Like, you don't have to tell them what you're going to send, but like maybe you want to know more, you want to ask follow-up questions about the few informational details given on the form. And that's excellent. Someone has already asked in the thread, what size do mini skeins count as? I always trade 10 gram size, but sometimes, you know, for some miter square people, that's more than enough. And so maybe you get a swap partner who says, you know what, I like mini skeins of any size from 5 grams up, you know. So it'll be person to person, but I would think 10 grams is usually where I start. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Depending on if there's an odd or even number of people, I'll be swapping. If there is an even number of people that are equally paired, then I will not be swapping. And if there's an odd number, then I will be swapping. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm okay with it either way. I'm really excited to see what you guys do. And I definitely will have a post open saying like, you know, show off your swap goodies and that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see what you guys all swap with each other. That's going to be the best part for me. Because I just like sharing the love. Also, a lot of you guys have been sending me PMs about the Harry Potter House Cup. And we all are starting we call this our fall term. I have to think about it for a minute. And so if you would like more information, just go ahead and there is a thread now and you can ask there. And if I have enough questions, I will just do a whole podcast about it. But right now it seemed like there were like just a few people interested in and then a lot of people who already play. And so I didn't want to do a whole podcast of information that people already know. So then I've not really done anything with that yet. But I'm happy to answer your questions there. That way other people can read them. If I get enough questions, I'll do a podcast just about the House Cup. And, yeah. And the way it works is if you didn't... So you have to sort. I'll give you a very small tidbit. You have to sort into houses. But if you just jump into a term, you can play as a not quite first year, which is kind of like an unsorted player. It means you've never been sorted. And so you can play for just a month just to get the feel of it and understand how everything works. So there's always that option too if you just want to jump right in. But again, if you've got more questions, there's a thread for that in the group. As far as what's been going on with me, man, I just like can't catch up. I feel like I don't know. I know I've said that a couple times this year already, but I went on vacation and I messed up my arm and couldn't knit very much, which I think I told you guys already. And I laid off the knitting for a while, which was sad and good and nice and sad. And so I've knit several things, which we'll get to in a second. But I also have been like getting out of my house more, and because I know once the new term for Harry Potter starts, I'll be pretty dug into that. And it's also going to be fall, so it's more okay to just sit in your house and gorge yourself on TV. But the fair that is in my hometown, not the town I live in now, but the town I grew up in, is here. And I love the fair, and I love eating food off sticks and deep fried candy and all sorts of good stuff. And my favorite thing at the fair are the games that cost 25 cents. Like where you put the quarter in and it either knocks something off, or you've got the coin dozer coming at you, or there's a crane. Those are fun too. And so I always go and play at least like $10 because they're just my favorite. And so I won an elephant. Isn't he wonderful? Figure it's probably he looks a little concerned. He's like, why am I on a podcast? So I won an elephant this year. I don't usually go for prizes very much. I usually end up giving my cards or whatever away because most of them are kind of junky. But this guy, he just called to me. And I was with a friend who got a Pikachu, and so I didn't have enough for a Pikachu, but that was fine. We had a good time. And I got this cute little guy. Totally worth it. So, aside from that, other upcoming things, the beginning of the month is going to be hectic for me because I'm not only doing the House Cup, but I'm also doing Sock Sniper, which if you haven't heard wow, my words are not working. If you haven't heard about it, the signups for this have already closed because it's about to start, obviously. And so the way it works is round robin. So I'm knitting a pair of socks for person B, and person A is knitting a pair of socks for me. And if person A's socks get to me before I can mail out person B, then I'm killed. Because when you get your socks, you're dead. That's the sniper part of it. And so I'm her kill. And it's going to be fun. I'm sure I'll understand it better. This is my first time playing. I'll understand it better once I've actually played. But I have some stuff to show you about it that I'll get to in just a second. Yep. Okay. That being said, let's move on to whips. So I'm in the middle of a test knit. I'm almost done with it, and I can't show you because it's test knit. And again, it's for Prairie Poppins, and she's wonderful, and I love test knitting her patterns. They're so well done. This is the yarn that I'm using, and it's got a lot of colors in it, but it's more browns and blues than it looks like. It's very deceptive. So I'm about to finish up what I'm doing with the thing that I can't describe to you. So I recaked my yarn so I could finish it up and not have a whole lot of issues. This is kind of a whip. It's a work in progress. It's not finished, you know. I swatched for my OWL, which in Harry Potter terms is an owl. This will be the Plum Rondo a la Turk sweater, and I've been really looking forward to this. I meant to knit this over the last term, but ended up not getting the gumption to swatch, and I was exhausted, and I ended up knitting myself into an issue. It was okay. It was okay that I didn't have this to do. The teal is my main color, and then these other colors will be part of the color work, and I think it's going to look really good. It's hard for me to test knit color work flat, because my flat color work sucks, and my color work in the round is awesome. And I know that I should probably be swatching in the round. But hey, I washed and blocked my swatch, which is like way ahead of what I normally do, so we're good. For me, it's really important how many stitches I get to the inch, because I do go back and then I adjust my sweater to the inch so it fits me. That's how I made my last sweater. I'm looking at it. It's over across my room. And people, I posted a picture of it because we were talking about sweaters we've made recently in one of the House Cup threads, because we're about to start term and everyone's really stinking excited. It starts in like 10 minutes. So I'm podcasting now so that you guys get a podcast anytime for the next week. But people are always like, that just really compliments your shape. And I mean, I'm not like tiny stick figure girl, but I knit a size medium, which I am not a size medium. And I added like 10 inches for the bust, maybe 14. I don't remember, I wrote it down. It was ridiculous. But that sweater fits me like a dang glove with 2 inches of ease. Or 1 inch of ease. I don't know, some ease. It's ease. It's eased. The sweater has ease. What am I even talking about? Okay, if you want to see that sweater, because now I've talked about it, you're probably like, what sweater are you talking about? It's the 3-in-1 sweater on my project page. There's a lot of project notes on my project page. So, anyway, neither here nor there. This is my upcoming sweater, and I'm pumped about it. I've already got my stuff all typed up, and I'm going to be submitting it as soon as I finish this podcast, probably, because I'm ready to go. So if you want to see the yarn closer up, this is Lorna's Laces. I know what base it is, but I don't have the tags on me right now. I'll be talking about this a lot coming up, so I'm sure I'll tell you 100 million times what base this is. And happily so. So the funny thing is Plum Rondo a la Turk, the sweater actually calls for Lorna's Laces, and it doesn't call for that base. And I didn't realize that I had picked up the same brand as the sweater had called for until I had already bought it. But it's funny because I'm using some of the same colors that are in the sweater, but on a different base, but maybe the same color. It's just a whole lot of coincidences that I'm okay with. So I don't know where I was going with that. But I've never knit something out of the yarn that it was called for. Does that make sense? Like, if it says, I'm asking for this specific yarn, I never have done that intentionally. Maybe I have in the past and not realized it. But I'm only just now getting into nicer yarns, and so I think that's part of it too. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about it. Now, this is an actual work in progress whip that I can show you, and it is called the How hat? I can't say it, but I can show it to you. And this is what I was originally knitting the test knit out of. I need to like take a breath and start over. This is what I was initially. I can't do it tonight. This is what I was originally knitting the test knit stuff out of, but this yarn was just not complementary to everything that was going on. And I really enjoy. This is Mrs. Crosby in the hat box color. It's the hat box base in the s'mores colorway, and I won this off the Sort of a Knitter podcast. I gotta like process all my thoughts. And it's kind of hard to see because it's on little mini circs DPNs. These are size 8 Highas. I love knitting hats on these little mini circs because you don't have to scoot your stitches around every 5 seconds, and it's awesome. So it has a really pretty lace pattern in it that you can't see because it's all bunched up, and I'm very sorry. But that is kind of what it looks like, if you can see that at all. I know that because this yarn is variegated and I'm doing a lace-ish pattern, that it's going to be hard to see, but I honestly don't mind. For one, my hair is very bright, and so I think my hair will shine through the holes, and it'll be okay. Like, I would not have knit myself a brown hat if I had brown hair, because I feel like that's redundant. But since I've got pink and purple hair, this is going to look awesome, and maybe tone down my hair a little bit in the winter times. Not that it needs to be toned down, just that it will. It'll even some stuff out. Like, I don't want to wear a hot pink hat with my hot pink hair. That would be clashy. So this is going to be hopefully a detention project for this term, so it should be done fairly soon if I'm not busy speed knitting socks or working on my owl. So, oh yeah, and I'm knitting someone a Viagance. So, but it's not the full Viagance. It's amended, so it won't kill me. This term is going to be intense. This term's going to be really intense. Okay. So, this is my hat. I'm working on it. It's hard to see. I will happily show it to you when it's farther along. Right now, kind of just looks like a lot of brown. I tell you what, this s'mores colorway is stinking beautiful. Does it not look like marshmallows and chocolate? Or maybe some graham cracker in there? It makes me hungry when I knit. Because it's not like there's just browns. There's like these rich reddish browns. If you can see, they're all in there. There are these very chocolatey reddish browns. And I don't know. Miss Crosby, you've dyed your way into my heart. Into my heart. So that is the one whip I can show you. I will have tons of whips and maybe some FOs and maybe some mailed out FOs by next week. We'll find out. We'll see how it goes. I do have an FO. I finished my coexist socks. Yay! How awesome do these look in a gradient? They look amazing. Gradients are the best thing in the world. Gradients forever. They fit great. I amended this pattern to be toe up, which was kind of hard because it has like gusset features and stuff like that. But it ended up working out because I found a pattern that was toe up socks with a gusset. With a heel gusset. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. And it all worked out. So I'm going to show you the close-ups. For the foot, I did Supernatural. No, I'm sorry. For the toe, I did Supernatural. For the foot, I did Sherlock. For the gusset, I did Interview with the Vampire. I did one set of Harry Potter for the leg, and I hated it. So then I switched over to, I think, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings Tolkien, which this is all Tolkien, and this is all Doctor Who. Now, the only problem that I have with these socks is that the cuffs bow out. Do you see that? It, like, flares? Now, I don't know if that's the bind-off that I did. That probably didn't help. But they just kind of sink really fast. So I don't know what the best way to amend that is. But the socks themselves, I wore them with skinny jeans the first time I wore them, so they couldn't sink very far because personally I put on my socks and then I put on my jeans because then my jeans will sometimes hold up my socks in this kind of case. But I think they turned out really good and the yarn is very comfortable and I like them a lot. So these are when, if you really enjoy any nerdy fandoms and you don't mind knitting very tiny cables, learn how to do cables while you're knitting. Like, you can skip stitches and knit stitches further up and then go back and knit the first set of stitches that you skipped in order to make a cable. It makes sense. If you want to know more, post in the thread for this episode and I will send you linkies. Or I'll post them. But these were awesome and I love them and I'm very happy with them. I'm very happy with this FO. I made a lot of socks this summer and once I'm done with Sock Snapper, I would love to show you guys my sock pile. It's growing and I found all the socks that I've knit and my sock pile is massive and I'm very proud of it. That's my only FO. I have some Muststach to show you guys. So I was showing you the Miss Crosby that I have fallen in love with. And I do the eat, sleep, knit thing where I'm trying to, knit a marathon. And I found out that I was 7 yards away from my next milestone. 7 yards. So I bought myself some Miss Crosby Loves to Play. This is the satchel. I think this is a sport weight yarn because I don't have a lot of sport weight yarn. It's either sport weight or DK because I don't have a lot of either. It's a single yarn and it is 100% superwash merino wool. And the color is Spangled Cotinga. I don't know. But it's like that lovely, it's kind of a frozen color, but I pretty much love that, so that's fine. Colorways going on. I don't have a plan for this. I just really wanted more of Miss Crosby yarn. There's a special badge you get if you get every base of a yarn, and I might do that for Miss Crosby because I just really, the colorways are awesome. I love all the bases that I've gotten so far. I mean, they feel great, and I would love to get the sock yarn that she has. I mean, I say it's a she. I'm sure it might be Miss Crosby. Who knows? But I would love to get the sock yarn in this yarn. That would be okay with me. So, maybe. But that's one of my mustaches, and that's Miss Crosby. And then when I went to SSK, I met a lot of great people, including a new indie dyer who is CajunGirlKnits.etsy.com. And when I got my dossier, which is what they call it for Sock Sniper, for the person that you're knitting socks for, when I got my dossier for my Target, I looked through all of her stuff and kind of figured out what colors she likes, and there were some, it was, toned down compared to, my bright ridiculousness. Sorry, I'm trying to fix something on my box. This is not her color palette. It's, neutrals and pleasant, calm, you know, like very just lovely. And so I was like, I gotta buy, if I can get it here in time, I'll buy some yarn. I'll have backup yarn in case it doesn't get here in time. But I would like to buy yarn for my person. And I was able to pick up some pink elephants from Cajun Knits. Now, this is going to self-stripe because I'm pretty sure like all of her yarns do. They're amazing. She also sent me some stitch markers and a little butterfly with my yarn. This is a superwash BFL and nylon 75/25, approximately 425 yards, and I'm freaking pumped. And one of the reasons that you guys are definitely getting this podcast is so I could cake this up, because I needed to show it to you before I could cake it up. Come on, look at this beautifulness in the scheme. I'm endlessly excited about this yarn. So she sent yarn for a giveaway and some stuff for me too. So I'm going to show you all the stuff she sent for me. So this is the only thing that I bought. And she had messaged me about mini skeins, which is why I thought to look in her Etsy shop, because, you know, sometimes you don't think about stuff. But she had messaged me about mini skeins, and I was talking to her about that. And so then she sent me, like, a bunch of them. And I'm so excited. So here are all the mini skeins I have from her. Look at these. This one's a little hard to see because there's a sheep in the way. But hold on a second. So these are all different people's yarns. None of these are her yarns in this one. This is her not her yarn. I know there's a glare, but there you go. And then she sent me a whole container, or not a whole container, a whole little bag of mini skeins from her shop. Which, that's like the best advertising ever, because now I want to buy all of her stinking yarns. Look at those, they're beautiful. And because Shannon, who is Cajun Girl Knits, is the most wonderful person ever, she was like, hey, I'm going to send stuff for you to give away on your podcast. I'm not giving this away this week. I'm showing it to you guys because I'm stinking excited. This will probably be a giveaway once we're doing the cow giveaway right now. We're focusing on the cow giveaway, okay? Once the cow giveaway is taken care of, then we'll move on to other giveaways. But one giveaway at a time. One giveaway at a time. You know? So here is a better look at what is in this bag for me, because she sent one for you guys of mini skeins. So here are the mini skeins from her. Oh my gosh, you guys. They're stinking beautiful. She does note that one of them is not self-striping, and then the rest of them are. But she puts in there what they all are. Like, this one's an 80/20, and the rest of them are 75/25. That is very specific. This also has a set of stitch markers in it, which I just realized. She just is, like, the sweetest person. Shannon, I don't know if you're watching this. You're the sweetest person. And she's got her Etsy store on there, which is very smart. So, yeah. It's incredible. Incredible. And then, one thing of mini skeins wasn't enough. Because fall is a-coming, she sent us this beautiful yarn, which is totally, like, Thanksgiving Halloween colors. And it is called Crawfish Boil. It's a 75/25 superwash BFL nylon, 425 yards. And it also has a set of stitch markers on it. Are you kidding me? So, it's beautiful. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure this is also self-striping. This could be one of yours. Not very far from now. We'll get there. But right now, this could be one of yours. You guys, I love giving you prizes. I love when people give me prizes to give you. That's the best part. So, I'm pretty much out of stuff to talk about. If you haven't noticed, I'm real rambling. Check my box. My box is empty. Oh, and then on top of everything, my hair is like doing goofy. She sent me tea and chocolates. The best. The best. Okay, anyway, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Sorry, I'm checking my watch. The House Cup started 4 minutes ago, so put a go at this podcast, and do a lot of board talking on the Ravelries. So, there will be a thread for this. Tell me what yarn you would make it with, okay? That's what I want to know. If you do not tell me what yarn you make it with, I will not count your entry. I will not. I'm a punk like that. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's got knitting. It's got seed stitch. It's got purling. It's got intricate designs. You want to wear this on your neck? I can tell. I can tell. This is why I don't podcast at 2 in the morning, because I'm a crazy person. And I've been eating junk food from the fair all night and hanging out with elephants. This is just my life, you guys. You're wonderful. I'm sleep deprived. Happy September. And remember, whether you're losing your mind at 2 in the morning or you're happily knitting a new shawl pattern, a new cowl pattern that you've won, I'll knit with you. That was so incoherent. I'm so glad you guys love me. Bye.